Tonight on Cougar News, an attempted kidnapping on COC's campus has students on edge.
Plus, a former student finds a little bit too much drama in the local canyons near COC.
Also, a local golfer goes for a unique record on the PGA Tour. Cougar News starts right now.
This is Cougar News.
Hello everybody and welcome into Cougar News. I'm Matt Robinson.
And I'm Lexi Sonner. Here's the latest from the Cougar Newsroom.
Imagine losing a loved one for almost 16 hours with little to no clues. One Santa Clarita family faced that Monday afternoon. Our Heather Harbin has more.
On Monday, March 10th, a 24-year-old male hiker by the name of Brian Napoli went missing from Towsley Canyon. When police started to go off the trail and realized he was lost. He was texting his friends, posting on Instagram, and even made a call. His phone died shortly after as he started traveling further and further away. A missing person report was issued on Monday, and the search began at about 5 p.m. Deputies searched until about 3 a.m., but to no avail. On Tuesday at about 7 o'clock, the search began again. As his family was searching along a ridge deep in Towsley Canyon on Tuesday morning, they heard Napoli's voice and found him about 10 a.m. What a relief.
I had no doubt that we would find him. I just, the better shape he could be, the better. I had faith in him.
Napoli had knocked himself out and while he was missing and was taken by a helicopter out of the ridge. He was then transported by an ambulance to Henry Mayo Hospital for a possible concussion. Napoli had not broken any bones and did not sustain any critical injuries. If you're planning on going hiking as our weather gets warmer, make sure to always bring someone with you and stay safe. For Cougar News, I'm Heather Harbin.
Last week, 2 COC students faced safety problems on campus. Justin Malson has the updates on these incidents.
Last week, 2 female COC students were attacked, one directly off campus, the other right here in the south parking lot.
Yeah, we had 2 events. The first was about 4 o'clock, or 4:15 on Wednesday afternoon. A female student was walking up Rockwell Canyon Road towards McBean Parkway. She was approached by what she described as an African-American male, mid to late 20s, about 5'7", 160 pounds. He tried to hand her a flyer or something. She ignored him and kept on walking. About that point, a blue Nissan Altima pulled up next to her, and then the same man grabbed her in a bear hug. She kneed him twice in the groin and ran away. The second incident was about 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. The student was walking to the south parking lot. She was approached by a man whom she described as a mix of Caucasian and Asian, about 5'7", 160 to 170 pounds with an athletic build, and then asked her if she was interested in taking pornographic pictures. She said no. He followed her for a while and then ran up behind her, grabbed her on the buttocks, and then kept running.
Some of the parking lots here at COC are very dimly lit. As you can see without the use of our camera light, it's difficult to see someone a few feet away from you, leaving some students feeling unsafe.
I think they should definitely put more lights in there because it's way too dim and it just leaves opportunity for people to do something bad.
Knowing that it's just so easy that a man can just come and take someone, especially if I'm here really late, and knowing that anyone can just come in the parking lot like that, it's pretty scary.
Law enforcement currently does not have any suspects on either case. But if you have any information, please call Campus Safety at 661-362-3229 or the Sheriff's Department at 661-255-1121. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Justin Malson.
If you want a way to keep yourself safe at school, the Campus Safety Department is sponsoring 3 personal safety and self-defense workshops. The workshops will be on April 16th, April 23rd, and April 30th at COC. These workshops will be held throughout April in Hasley Hall in the West PE building. For more information on the self-defense workshops, go to the Campus Safety page on canyons.edu or call 661-362-3229.
COC isn't the only campus dealing with potential trouble. Authorities at Cal State Northridge are on the lookout for a suspect who attempted to grab a woman's buttocks Friday night. The incident, eerily similar to the one at COC on Wednesday night, has CSUN police describing the assailant as a Hispanic male, medium build, short black hair, and was wearing a purple hooded sweatshirt. COC Campus Safety put out a similar description, but the suspect was described as an Asian-Caucasian mix. If you have any more information regarding this crime, you can call CSUN PD's Investigations Unit at 818-677-3826.
A Saugus teen is dead and a friend in custody for a DUI following a fatal hit and run on the Golden State Freeway near Sun Valley early Saturday morning. Eddie Carmago was driving a Honda Accord that smashed into a big rig as both vehicles were headed northbound. An additional car was involved, but that driver sustained only moderate injuries. 18-year-old Blake Cook, one of two passengers in Carmago's car, exited the vehicle after the accident and was hit by a second truck as he attempted to cross the freeway. Authorities are still searching for the driver of the second big rig. Carmago did not sustain any injuries, nor did another passenger in the car. CHP officers later arrested Carmago under suspicion of drunk driving. Cook's family and friends later held a candlelight vigil at Central Park. Authorities are asking anyone who saw the accident or has any information to call the CHP at 626-296-8100.
2013 marked the driest year ever in California, and now that an emergency drought situation has been declared, Santa Clarita residents are encouraged to help in conserving water. Alyssa Dickert has more.
Conservation is a major concern since we are currently in a severe drought. Although the amount of rain we accumulated in our last storm was more in some areas than acquired during all of last year, the State Water Project still has us at a 0% allocation. Dirk Marks, Resources Manager of Castaic Lake Water Agency, shows us on a graph where we're at water-wise compared to previous years.
On average, a water year looks like we'd get about 50 inches of rain in this area. Here where we got this bump in precipitation. So now we're just a little bit wetter than these very severe dry years in 1977 and 1923-24.
There are many things that we can do as residents to help in preserving water. Marks explained that 70% of water used in the Santa Clarita Valley is used for outdoor purposes, like landscaping.
Residents in the Santa Clarita Valley is a free weather-based irrigation controller. So on very cool days, it'll automatically apply less water. As summer comes along and the days are longer and the temperatures are hotter, it automatically increases the amount of irrigation. For indoor conservation also, we have rebate programs for high-efficiency clothes washing machines.
So a simple way to help conserve would be fixing a leaking faucet. All of this would contribute to help reach that 20% conservation goal. For a list of more practices and ways you can help, check out clwa.org. In Santa Clarita, I'm Alyssa Dickert reporting for Cougar News.
It looks like we've got some breaking news. Ariel Thompson's here with us now.
What do you have for us, Ariel?
Well, this is what I have for you guys. 3 people are dead and more than 60 people are injured after an explosion ripped through New York City this afternoon. Authorities say a gas explosion tore through a building in Manhattan's East Harlem neighborhood, collapsing a part of a building. Several others are still missing. 2 fires were quickly put out near the Foothill Freeway this afternoon. The fire spread due to a strong Santa Ana winds. Firefighters were able to put out both fires in half an hour. 2 acres were burned in all. The strongest wind gusts reported were 55 miles per hour in Saugus and 62 miles per hour in the Newhall Pass. Several arrests were made last night in a sting along the Paseo trails in Santa Clarita. Sheriff deputies arrested 3 people, and many were cited. The operation began around 6 p.m. last night and ran into the early mornings. The purpose was to catch the criminals in act. According to the sheriff's station, deputies cited a range of people from a 15-year-old boy with the possession of tobacco products to a 30-year-old woman who had 2 outstanding warrants. That's the latest news we have from the Cougar News Desk. For the latest information and events in the Santa Clarita Valley, you can check us out on cougarnews.com.
Paying for college every year can leave most students strapped for cash, but what most students don't realize is getting free money for school is easier than expected. Jesse Canales tells us more.
Paying for school can be financially difficult for students, but what many College of the Canyon students are not aware of is COC has a scholarship program of its own, the Institutional Scholarship Program. The scholarship program is offered every year beginning on the first day of the spring semester, and the application date ends 6 weeks later, which means this year the application deadline is March 23. To qualify for the scholarship program, students must.
The first one is that they have already completed 6 units at COC prior to spring 2014 semester. The second one, they have to be enrolled in at least 6 units currently during the spring 2014 semester. And the third criteria requirement is that they have an overall 2.0 GPA.
A scholarship committee chooses the students by reviewing their application, including their 2 essays that consist of
one of the essay asks the student what is their educational goals and how do they plan on pursuing that. And the second essay question is asking a student what special circumstances or hardships they've encountered throughout their education.
Many students may have noticed these pink cards displayed around campus. These pink cards are a simple way for students to remember where to go if they want to apply for a scholarship. For Cougar News, this has been Jesse Canales.
Success used to be based on the prestige of the college you attended, but now more and more students are opting for a 2-year college. Tyler Whiting explains the benefits of attending a junior college.
Colleges are emerging as a more sensible way to get a degree. A recent survey found that 60% of students who transfer go on to attain a bachelor's degree. 72% of those students who graduate with a bachelor's had previously completed a 2-year degree.
My goal overall was just to go to a school that I really wanted to go to, and if COC helped me do that, then that was the plan.
For people who work or can't afford a university, community college is a cheaper alternative to 4-year programs.
I had the grades to go to a 4-year, but I know I wasn't going to get much help from like FAFSA and all that stuff, so I decided to take my first 2 years here, then transfer out.
In today's economy, it appears that graduation rates have taken a backseat to empty wallets. With general education requirements being offered at a cheaper price, many students feel it only makes sense to attend a junior college. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Tyler Whiting.
COC gave out 2 tours and is finally unveiling the progress made on the new student service building. The tour is open to everyone for both upstairs and downstairs of the building. COC staff and administrators were all excited to finally see where they'll be working after moving several times.
College of the Canyon students commute from far and wide to attend classes. By doing so, many are forced to learn how to manage money due to the rising costs of gas. Our own Abigail Gutierrez tells us more.
Have been a huge problem this past year and still continue to be, but now it has gotten worse, especially for college students.
Come from all the way from Northridge, all the way here to Santa Clarita, which I pay around $20 of gas every time I get from there to here. I personally think that gas is going up and it's getting like worse and worse every day, and that like every day I try to drive, I just pay more and more.
Many students decided to attend College of the Canyons for its great reviews, even if it meant filling up their gas tank every other day.
Well, I come from Palmdale, out of nowhere, everyone knows. It affects me in the sense that I have to wake up early and everyone's like sleeping in with their cars, because I don't have a car. I take the bus and train. So it's a hassle waking up 7 a.m. every day to walk to the train station and transferring to another bus stop, into another bus stop, to another bus stop.
Well, there you have it. With prices getting higher and higher, as you can see behind me, it's getting difficult for students that commute from different places, like the Antelope Valley and the San Fernando Valley. And as summer approaches, the prices will be rising. For Cougar News, I'm Abigail Gutierrez.
Want to test drive a job before you make a career decision? College of the Canyons has a program for that. Robert Uloa has all the details.
Experience Education, or better known as QUI, is a program designed to strengthen student learning by involving students with on-the-job training. Here is Gina Bogna, Director of Internships and Job Development, to tell you details about the QUI program.
Hi, I'm Gina Bogna. I'm the Director of Internships here at College of the Canyons. Let me tell you a little bit about QUI. QUI is short for Cooperative Work Experience Education. That is an academic program here at the college where you can earn college units, CSU transferable units for an internship. Internships are designed to complement our CTE programs, which is Career Technical Education. That's really a fancy name for vocational training. We have automotive technology, culinary arts, computer networking, welding, land surveying, construction management, and many, many more. And what we do here in this office is help students match an internship to their vocational program or CTE program. QUI can also be used, and internships can be used for career exploration. You don't actually have to be in a program to get an internship. You can apply for an internship. If you're offered the internship, much like a job, you go on an interview. You can then register for a QUI class and get your college units there, and you can test drive a job, test drive a career before you begin taking classes in that program. Give us a call, stop by. We're at canyons.edu/QUI, that's CWEE, or you can search for a job or internship on My Jobs. That's canyons.edu/My Jobs. Give us a call or come by.
5 students at College of the Canyons got some very valuable hands-on experience recently working at the Hyatt Regency in Valencia. Christiane Kimberlin has more.
The Hyatt Regency Valencia Hotel is located in the heart of Valencia on Town Center Drive. Last fall, General Manager Barry Prescott collaborated with College of the Canyons' Kevin Anthony, Department Chair of Hotel and Restaurant Management. Anthony and 5 College of the Canyons students had a hands-on experience with Prescott, and they were given a hypothetical design and construction budget of approximately $20,000 to redesign and refurbish the Vines restaurant and bar. Now, here to talk to you about the new changes that actually were adopted is Kurt Farmer, Director of the Food and Beverage for the Hyatt Regency Valencia.
Among some of the changes and suggestions requested from the COC were lighting in the restaurant, signage, designing of a new menu. We've used some of the ideas to reinvent the menu suggestions. We've put together a new menu for which will be opening and beginning in the restaurant on March 15th. We've designed the menu based on what we feel the local community would be interested in. We've made it more like mom's home cooking. We have a petaluma chicken, which is an excellent entree. It's something that grandma would make with gravy and mashed potatoes. We've also incorporated a wonderful happy hour, which we have every day, 7 days a week from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Happy hors d'oeuvres, unlike anything you would get at another operation, $5 for hors d'oeuvres, $5 for beverages, wine, beer. It's a wonderful operation. We invite you to come by and check out our happy hour, 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. We've upgraded our fireplace patio for private events. We've also added music and sound to the outside terrace to invite and have it a more pleasant place to visit in this community. We welcome everyone to come join us and bring your family, your friends, and enjoy the Hyatt Regency Valencia.
Coming up on Cougar News, find out why COC was an amazing location for a popular reality show.
Plus, have you ever wondered what those random clouds of smoke on campus are? Find out next.
You are so worthless. Why don't you just go kill yourself?
It's the first time I've ever seen the same letter grade across all your classes.
Get out of here! What's right? You can't shut with me. Beat it.
I'm Richard Horvitz.
I'm Tara Strong.
I'm Michael C. Morona.
And I'm Danny Tamarelli.
Hi, this is Ming Chen.
This is Mike Zapsik.
Hi, it's Louis Anderson.
I'm Weird Al.
I'm Florence Henderson.
I'm the Grinch.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching. You're watching.
And you're watching.
And you lucky people are watching.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
You're watching Cougar News.
So this is for the older ladies.
And I'm a cougar.
With more and more students using electronic cigarettes, our very own Antonio Curiel gives us an inside look at this new trend.
You see them on campus, or you might catch yourself staring at a huge cloud of smoke. E-cigarettes. It seems everywhere you look, someone's got one. But what exactly are they?
Well, it's like an alternative to smoking. It has nicotine, but none of the other harmful chemicals that are in cigarettes, like tar and all that stuff.
And although they don't give out the scent of traditional cigarettes, could e-cigarettes be a healthier alternative?
A buddy of mine actually got another friend of mine who's in the Marine Corps,
started on these because they both were trying to get away from smoking cigarettes, and it just kind of dawned on me that, hey, I'll try it, just get away from cigarettes too, and so that's why I started using these. And I don't really get the little cigarette pull like, oh, I need to go outside and have a cigarette. It's just more, just relax, calm, and don't feel. It's nice, but I might be just switching one addiction for another.
The Los Angeles City Council voted to ban the use of electronic cigarettes from bars, nightclubs, and other public places. How do current e-cigarette users feel about this?
I think that we should be able to smoke them inside the buildings because it's not nicotine, doesn't have tar, it's not as harmful, in my opinion.
It doesn't really change anything. It's like if you want to go smoke, just go outside. Why do you have to do it like in the cafeteria and like bloating in people's face? Sure, it's like vapor, but it's the law. Just do it. Take the 2 minutes. Walk the 10 frickin' feet out the door. Just go outside. Big deal.
Well, there you have it. It seems if you want to kick the addiction of smoking cigarettes or tired of just smelling like cigarettes in general, the e-cigarette might be a nice alternative for you. Just remember to smoke it outside. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Antonio Curiel.
All right, looks like it was a busy weekend for entertainment.
Tell us a little bit about some of that filming that happened on campus, Lindsay.
Well, one of CBS's hit TV shows was filmed on the College of the Canyons football field. In late November, 30-plus cameras, a helicopter, UCLA's marching band, and 22 eager contestants were all on campus to help shoot the Amazing Race opener. College of the Canyons was chosen for Amazing Race because of UCLA's football field was being reseeded and didn't want damage on their field. Also, College of the Canyons has a good reputation with film shoots and has also aired well-known shows such as NCIS, Weeds, and Power Rangers. With so many sites and apps offering information on fitness and health, our own Yvette Sanchez asked local Santa Clarita residents and students just what they do to maintain their health.
A trend that's never going to fade, being healthy and staying in shape. I took out to the streets of Santa Clarita, spoke to residents and students on their tips on how to be healthy.
It's just do something every day. Every day do something, whether it's walking or running or I go to the gym 3 days a week. So I just try to do something every day. And I almost just keep moving.
You start off too fast, then you're eventually going to slow down, but go slow and steady, go at your own pace. Don't go extreme diet mode for like 2-3 days and then completely cut it off. Stay consistent, stay as active as you can.
And also, don't eat out as much. If you can go somewhere healthy like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and cook at home, it's always best to do that.
And you definitely save money too.
With so many things to do here around the Santa Clarita Valley, like a beautiful walk around Bridgeport, the residents tell us what they do that's fun and active.
Well, it's kind of been a lifelong thing, so I take my dogs out. One runs with me and then the other walks. So I'll go out in the morning for an hour with the black one and we run, and then I come back and I grab the other one and we walk. So and I go all over use the trails and all things like that.
Go hiking mostly.
Yeah, Towsley Canyon, we go hiking. It's a nice 5-mile, 2-mile hike over there. We go to the local gyms.
Whether you're out hiking Towsley Canyon or you're coming down Valencia Boulevard to come visit the local vitamin shop to get nutritional information, there's plenty of ways to stay fit and healthy in the Santa Clarita Valley. For Cougar News, I'm Yvette Sanchez.
With your new healthy lifestyle, it only makes sense to keep up with the latest fashion trends as well. Monique and Taylor talk about a timeless look that works for almost every season.
Winter may be almost gone, but this doesn't mean all of its fashion has to go. There are many winter pieces that can roll over into spring, one of them being the beanie. This week we're here to talk about the do's and don'ts of this fashion statement piece. I'm Monique Urquidez.
And I'm Taylor Villanueva.
And this is your Fashion Minute. This accessory comes in many different styles, the first being the slouch beanie. Add a little fashion flair this way and join the rest of the street style club. When trying on your beanie, be careful to make sure it doesn't swallow your head or stand straight up. The next type of beanie is commonly worn, but often misnamed, the bobble beanie. The bobble beanie's cute pom-poms add a more noticeable touch to a classic style. When putting on a beanie, make sure to pull the material just over your hairline right above your eyebrows. Be sure it covers both your ears as well. And for you old school beanie rockers, the originals are still in trend. If you want to stay ahead of the beanie fashion, go for the newest look, animal and character beanies. But remember, the simpler the better. This will keep your creative beanie from becoming a novelty disaster.
Thank you all for watching our Fashion Minute.
Be sure to tune in next time.
Once again, I'm Monique Urquidez.
And I'm Taylor Villanueva.
Back to Cougar News.
COC students and film fanatics rejoice. This Friday night, College of the Canyons will be hosting its double feature screenings for our Friday night films. Being played are director Lake Bell's In a World and Ziad Dure, The Attack.
I've been working the vocal coaching, right?
Hello, Carol.
You got this.
Blake Bell's In a World is an independent feature that has reached critical acclaim on top film sites like Rotten Tomatoes. As a female director, she's also a rare breed in Hollywood, with only 5% of women taking up such ranks in the industry, according to an editorial by Time magazine. Ziad Dure's The Attack is a suspenseful 2012 drama based on the international bestseller. The film features an Israeli-Palestinian surgeon who goes hunting for the truth after his wife is mysteriously killed and suspected for being involved in a suicide bombing. He gained recognition working under film director Quentin Tarantino for films such as Pulp Fiction, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Reservoir Dogs.
If you're interested in attending any of these screenings, make sure to be at Hasley Hall in room 101. The event is free, so you don't want to miss it. Last Saturday night, the College of the Canyons Humanities Department hosted an event called Indie Saturday. It was an all-day event dedicated to independent films in the Santa Clarita Valley. Ariel Thompson was at the event and got to see some of the films made by local filmmakers.
For all you future filmmakers, this past Saturday, COC's Humanities Department hosted an event called Indie Saturday. This event was dedicated to independent filmmakers in the Santa Clarita Valley, ranging from grades K through 12.
I liked writing the project, but I also liked filming too, and the whole cinematography aspect.
I watch a lot of YouTube, so I'm kind of like, oh, since I can't get a YouTube account, since I'm not I'm not old enough, so I was like, I really want to do something. So hey, at least I can. So I went, hey, my mom showed me this camp, and I was like, whoa, cool, let me try. So I tried it, and this is what I did, and I was like, whoa, it's cool.
And that's a wrap. For Cougar News, I'm Ariel Thompson.
And that's all I have in entertainment. Back to you, Alexis.
All right, Old Town New Hall was transformed into an art gallery this past week. Our own Aldo Canepa gives us a closer look into the kickoff of the 2014 Art Slam.
The 2014 Art Slam season kicked off in downtown U-Haul, where artists lined Main Street to showcase their work.
This is our kickoff for our Art Slam season. It starts in March and runs till October. It's the first Thursday of each month. It's kind of like an art walk, but we don't really call it that. We call it Art Slams. And so basically the idea is we have a theme each month, and we find artists that respond to that theme, work with that theme. For instance, tonight is kind of a special night. It's an all-female event.
With March being Women's History Month, female artists from all over Los Angeles County came out and showcased their art, including local band Go Betty Go.
I do all sorts of mixed media. I'm a visual artist. I work freelance. I am displaying all my creations as well as my jewelry tonight. So yeah.
I'm throwing some pottery, showing a live demonstration. I just really like to work with my hands and build. So that's how I got into pottery. I just love it.
It's a car cozy, and it comes from the new movement of yarn bombing. I use brightly colored yarn and contrasting yarn to just make it really colorful.
Be sure to catch next month's Art Slam, where the theme will be cheese. For Cougar News, I'm Aldo Canepa.
Many students enjoy a traditional classroom setting, but if you're looking for more adventurous in your education, College of the Canyons has a few programs you might be interested in. Claudia Acosta tells us more about our abroad programs here at COC.
The Canyons is part of a consortium with the Southern Foothill Consortium. A number of colleges, about 20 colleges participate, and we offer 2 semester-long programs. Oh my God, the advantages of studying abroad are so many. I cannot begin to tell you how many. Well, one is that you receive classes or you go to class in non-traditional environments. Environments, for example, such as a remarkable historical place, a museum, a plaza, a cafe, places, I don't know. I'm thinking about Hemingway's favorite bar, thinking about Spain.
What you learn about yourself and what you learn about the country and what you learn about the world is also invaluable. And this is going to be an incredible experience because London is one of the top cities in the world. It obviously has lots of art and culture and fashion, tons of history, going all the way back practically to the founding of Britain. COC has a lot of faculty who believe passionately in international education and want to provide that opportunity to students. So it's a good place to be for students who want to travel and want those opportunities, because we do have a lot of faculty here who are involved and want to bring those opportunities to students. So as those opportunities develop, as more trips are planned, obviously we let students know. And any student who wants to become involved in international education, study abroad, this is a good place to be.
So if you're itching to get away, contact Claudia Acosta for more information on the abroad programs. For Cougar News, I'm Alexis Sonner.
Move over cupcakes. Bundt cakes are back in vogue. They were very popular back in the late 1960s, but are making their appearance in fun and new flavors like red velvet, marble, and pecan praline at Nothing Bundt Cakes.
I'm Jennifer Zeidler, and I own Nothing Bundt Cakes. We opened here on November 15th, right before Thanksgiving, and we've been so thrilled with the response. We've been really busy ever since we opened. So we feature 10 different flavors of bundt cakes in 4 different sizes, and our specialty is decorating cakes. We have about 50 different decorations, so we can always find a decoration that fits for whatever your occasion might be. In terms of our pricing, we start at $4.49 for our individual cakes, and it goes up to $39.50 for a decorated cake that feeds up to 20 people. We're super excited about some of the holidays that are coming up. Mother's Day is coming soon, as is Easter, lots of graduations, and we have some beautiful designs for all of those occasions.
So go check out Nothing Bundt Cakes, right next door to the Vitamin Shop and a few doors over from the Corner Bakery and Starbucks.
Still to come on Cougar News, find out how women's professional rodeo is on the rise in Southern California.
Plus, find out what one basketball team did to make a special needs athlete's dreams come true. Don't go anywhere.
When you're in the mood for endless Italian dishes, Vincenzo's Pizza is your one-stop shop.
From their hand-tossed thin crust pizzas,
to their meaty Chicago dogs and their toasty sandwiches,
to their creamy chicken Alfredo pasta.
I love their chicken Alfredo pasta.
Vincenzo's New Hall has exactly what your appetite desires.
With fresh ingredients, 12 cold beers on tap, and live entertainment on the weekend, you will not be disappointed.
Vincenzo's Pizza, inch for inch, the best pizza in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Habitat for Heroes.
Really, it's a story about people.
Letting people see that they're not alone, they're not isolated. We're here to help.
And we need to work on behalf of our veterans.
Then we can really change that veteran's ability to reintegrate into the community.
Habitat for Heroes is not just rebuilding homes, but it's rebuilding lives.
And that's the message we want to get across.
Get involved. Visit habitatscv.org and find out how you can help.
When you think of rodeo, you normally think of dirt, mud, and crazy amounts of horses. However, that doesn't shy away some local girls from the popular sport. Haley Cook has more.
This past Saturday was International Women's Day, so I wanted to find out more about the women of professional rodeo.
It's one of the oldest sports, and for a long time men have run all of it, and women are slowly kind of coming in and changing things and bettering our association and just becoming much more active in our sport.
The sport is dominated by men, with women only being able to compete in one of the 8 events. But don't feel too sorry for them. They like it that way.
We stand out a little more at the rodeos. You know, we're being the only girl event. We don't quite blend in as much as all the other events do. And we get a lot more, I think, notoriety and you know, we get noticed a lot more.
Though the sport is seemingly frozen in time, more and more women are taking the reins for their sport.
I see a lot more women, you know, helping out in the back than I ever did, you know, a couple years ago. So I'm very excited, you know, to see us come out more and be more engaged in this sport.
If you want to learn more about the Women's Professional Rodeo Association, you can go to WPRA.com. I'm Haley Cook reporting for Cougar News.
All right, looks like Jesse Merrick's here with our sports update.
Women's basketball had a pretty good week.
Yeah, a couple awards being handed out. 2 Lady Cougars earned some postseason accolades this week, adding just a little more icing to the cake that was this past season for the COC women's basketball team. College of the Canyon sophomore guard Kiona Matthews was named the Western State Conference North Division Player of the Year, making her the 9th player in program history to be named Conference MVP. And sophomore guard Sean Kalani garnered first-team All-Conference honors. It's definitely going to be tough to replace that star-studded backcourt next year. Speaking of a star-studded backcourt, Lewis Stallworth and Miles Franklin led the Hart High School basketball team to an amazing 26-3 season. The duo also helped push their team to an undefeated season this year in their league. But as Adam Schum shows us, the bond they share can't be measured by wins and losses.
We just like getting better and we like winning and we like putting on a show for our fans.
A long-lasting friendship that has grown between 2 Hart High School basketball stars has been enriched through the game of basketball. Miles Franklin and Lewis Stallworth have been the dynamic forces that have contributed to the success of the Hart basketball season.
Offensively creative, you know, we have really good chemistry on and off the court. We're boys.
He's really hard. Every possession, he's playing hard. We all feed off of him.
Both have helped one another grow as basketball.
Tells me a lot of good stuff. It goes back and forth. We're both telling each other stuff in practice, in the games, and it just makes us both better.
Always good to have another D1 player on your team. It's always good to have an opponent and a challenge, you know, that just push you in practice. So it makes me a really good player.
Also spending countless hours over the summer has helped their chemistry.
Over summer, we're on the same travel team, and we do a lot of stuff.
Although Lewis and Miles are competitive, both unselfishly share the limelight.
Miles has a hot hand, and I'm going to let him steal the show. I really don't mind playing backseat sometimes because I know he's a good player too. So it's really not a feud, you know, really just feed off each other's intensity, and whoever's hot, that's what we roll with that night.
If he does something wrong, tell him. If I do something wrong, he tells me. We both understand that. We both understand we're smart, good players.
Regardless of the future outcome of these 2 amazing basketball players, the special bond they share will last an eternity.
Moon is the limit.
I'd like to go past this guy.
Stallworth, a senior, is committed to play at the University of Texas El Paso, while Franklin, a junior, is still undecided on his college plans. But both are focused on finishing out the rest of the year strong and winning a conference championship. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Adam Schums.
And now the best story of the weekend unfolded in a CIF championship basketball game. Santa Clarita's Trinity Classical Academy wanted freshman Bo Hill to finish the season with a basket. He's appeared in 10 games, but he's yet to make one. After checking into the game, Bo put up 2 shots, but missed. And despite trailing by 23 points, the coach from Desert Chapel called a timeout and asked his kids to help this teen with autism realize his dream. The opposing team's all-time leading scorer, Tanner Alvarez, led Bo down the court, encouraging him the entire time. And after a couple of tries, he made it. The Trinity student section exploded after Bo dropped the final 2 points of the game, clinching the CIF title. He would later be named Player of the Game.
And we were honored. We felt that in our hearts. That's all we all about. So those special teams.
The numbers many will look at to define the COC baseball team might not tell the whole story. Cougar News reporter Tigran Matarosian dives deeper into those numbers to tell us the real story behind them.
They say numbers never lie, and while that may be so, the current numbers associated with the Cougars baseball team don't seem to be telling the entire truth.
We played a tough schedule.
like top teams in Southern California, so you know it's fine. We're not worried about it.
It's a combination of things, you know, just things weren't going our way with, you know, some of the calls, a couple errors here and there, you know.
While they may seem far too confident for a team sitting at 4-8, they recall the turnaround they had a season ago once they entered conference play.
That's going to make a deal. Those losses are going to make a little bit of a deal going into the playoffs with where we're seated and stuff. But, you know, I just think if we get some good wins going into conference, we can get our confidence up.
Well, there's no way around it. 2014 has certainly been a disappointing start for the Cougars. But given the amount of returners and the strength of pitching, there seems to be no doubt that they're quickly going to turn this season around.
I think it all starts with our pitching. I think our pitching is very strong. And, you know, I think our hitters are going to get it together. It's just a matter of hitting's contagious. And once one guy gets going, the next guy's going to get going. I think we got enough confidence in our pitchers to, no matter how we're performing, we're still going to be in the game. We're always going to be in there. And I think, you know, that losing streak's behind us. And I think now we're just looking forward to stay hot and keep rolling through the rest of this year.
Knowing they have one of the conference's best pitching staffs gives them a reason to smile. But if they don't find their swing soon, pitching alone may not be enough for a turnaround. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Tigran Martirosyan.
3. That right there is the lucky number in the sights for the Cougars heading into their game against the Citrus Owls last weekend, looking to extend their 2-game win streak to 3. Here's starting pitcher Chad Bennett looking for his first victory on the mound for the Cougs this year. We'll take you to the bottom of the first. Troy Resch takes the dish and hits one to left field for an RBI single, bringing one in for the Owls to give them the early lead in this one. Here's another one to left. A little deja vu for you. My man in left field can't get in front of it, and Ramos gets the ribby. He knots it up at 1-all after scoring that run. Later in the game, coming in hot, it's Aaron Torres. Somebody call 911. This kid just stole second base. The very next batter, Reynoso, with the line drive to right, and he's going to bring in Torres all the way from second base. The throw at the plate can't make it in time, bringing us to yet another tie. Dylan Freer now with the sacrifice bunt. RBIs for everybody. He brings in Jose Ajeros, and the Cougars take this one away from Citrus in extra innings, 3-2. I told you 3 was their lucky number. Local kids at Valencia Valley Elementary got quite the treat recently. They had a chance to learn about hockey from some of the best in the Santa Clarita Valley. The Valencia Flyers, a Junior A hockey team, visited the school last week to meet and greet the elementary students before the Western States Hockey League playoffs began. The Junior A team consists of players ranging from 16 to 20 years old. They spoke to kids about the importance of staying away from drugs and staying active. Then they hit the playground for some basic hockey drills like shooting, passing, and a stick handling relay race. To cap things off, the players even took some pictures and signed autographs with the students. Cap things off, we've got former Valencia High star Max Homa. He hit the links last weekend in the Puerto Rico Open, looking to do something a little different. Homa, also a former NCAA golf champion golfer at Cal, took the course with his caddy, attempting to break the record for the fastest golf round in PGA history. The pair were first to tee up Sunday morning and in dead last in the final round of the tournament, so they decided to take a little different approach. The rookie and his caddy sprinted the course in Puerto Rico and finished the round in 1 hour and 58 minutes, but it was just 2 minutes short of the record. However, the speed round did set a course record. Homa later mentioned he's not looking to make a second run at the record, hoping next time he'll be in a little different spot closer to the lead there. That's going to do it for us in sports. We're going to send it back to you guys in news.
All right, giving back to the community has never tasted so sweet. Darian Honori discovered how the 6th annual Sweet Charity Cake Auction raised funds to benefit the Santa Clarita Valley Youth Project.
These are more than just cakes. They're the lifeline to keep the SCV Youth Project's doors open, and that's exactly what happened last Friday night at Valencia Country Club.
Tonight we have the Sweet Charity Cake Auction. It's the 6th year that we've done this, and as you can see, we get a lot of local people that get to design these amazing cakes that demonstrate their business or their organization, and they put them on the auction block, and then we get to raise a lot of money by their cakes and by the amazing gifts that they donate along with them.
Oldman, the executive director for the organization, has been making a difference in local students' lives for over 9 years now. Fundraisers like this one allow the nonprofit organization to reach 25,000 junior high and high schoolers with help on a daily basis for any issue, from suicide to goal setting. The SCV Youth Project has had a major impact on Autumn. The senior has been receiving mentoring from the organization for over 2 years and couldn't imagine her life without its guidance.
The youth project has helped me come out of a depression, and they're just really big supporters, and they don't judge you, and they just guide you down the right path.
To learn more about this organization, go to cougarnews.com. It's a piece of cake.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Cougar News. I'm Alexis Sonner, and be sure to follow the latest updates at cougarnews.com.
And I'm Matt Robinson. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching COC Cougar News. Have a great night, everybody.